Hi, it's me Hans from Project Lights Out, and today is Saturday, March 8th, 2014, and yeah, it's another live stream about a very serious topic about mind control. And I'm very proud to present you one victim, Jennifer Ayres. She's right here. I have her on Skype, and I will say hello to Jennifer. Hi, Jenny.
Hi.
Okay. I will give you the word because you know much more about this topic, mind control, and so you have all the time you want to talk. And okay, it's your time now. I put you here on screen, and tell us your experience and what you think, why and what, and whatever you want to talk to the people. It's your turn now.
Okay, well, I've been a victim of the government programs for probably about 8 to 10 years now.
Yeah.
The sound's gone, Hans.
No, I can hear you.
Oh, you can? Okay. So basically, I started noticing in the very beginning, like, something was going on at night, and where we would wake up like in the middle of the night around 3 o'clock in the morning, and it was really odd because it kept happening. It wasn't like it just happened one time. I mean, it happened night after night after night, but I didn't know anything about MK Ultra or mind control or any of this at that time. And so only looking back now do I realize that these signals we sent out even way before I had any idea that I was actually a target or a mind control victim. And then I started noticing that people would be repeating my thoughts back to me. I had a really nice job working at VSP, which is a vision insurance company, and they started letting me know, that they were repeating my thoughts back to me. They also had given me they're kind of nightmares / dreams, because they can induce dreams into your brain while you're sleeping. And so they would induce dreams into my mind, and then I even got perp at my work about dreams that I had had. So no way that the people you're working with could have any idea what kind of dreams that you're having. So it ended up being kind of dreams that are designed to like make you think there's something wrong with you. And so they would induce a dream in you and then have people like tease you about that dream or try to make you feel guilty about that dream, even though it's not even you, it's the government doing it. But to someone who doesn't know about mind control yet, it is very real, and it becomes frightening that you're going into your work and you're having people repeat back to you your thoughts or dreams that they've tried to make you feel guilty in and things like that. So it's kind of like a psychological torture is what they're really doing. And what's interesting about mind control, there are people who have written books about this technology. In fact, one of the ones that's okay, I mean, it's a good start to figure out what's going on with mind control. It's called Controlling the Human Mind by Dr. Nick Begich. And the reason I say it's kind of good is because it opens your eyes to the type of political control. It's actually more than political control. These people are monsters. I mean, they're trying to control people just for the fun of it. They're torturing people just because they can. It's not just that there's this person who's an activist or that person's doing something they don't like. It's not just that. I mean, they're literally torturing people because they can, and they have the power and they have the secrecy to do it because the public is not fully aware of what this part of the government's doing. But anyway, this book is a good start. It does not tell you the absolute horrors that targets are going through. It kind of just gives you a little bit of the history and background of this type of technology and some of its capabilities. And then at the end here on the back cover, it does go into a little bit of information about talking to select adversaries in a fashion that would be most disturbing to them. So it kind of using this for something really bad. And the problem is that they're not just targeting people that some would think would deserve it, you know, like a drug lord or a big dealer or a terrorist. I mean, they're not just going after the worst of the worst people here. I think right now it's more in an experimental phase. I've even gotten perked that I was lucky that I didn't go blind, because the technology that they're using does go into your mind, and I guess like your mind's eye. I think it's like your optic nerve or something. And that's how they get you to see images in your brain that they put there. A lot of times people are complaining that they're getting disturbing images put in their brain. Mine in particular has more been triggers, because I'm a mind control victim. They used this technology to hypnotize me, plant triggers in my mind, which are supposed to control my actions while I'm awake. So just as an example, like if they put a trigger in my mind that every time I see a mirror, I pick it up, then when I see a mirror in real life, if I don't know I'm mind controlled, I'll automatically pick it up. I mean, that's what hypnosis does. It trains your brain to react to a trigger or stimuli like this, to do what they want you to do, therefore making you like a robot. You're like a government robot. The government programs you like a computer to react to certain triggers the way that they program you to react to them. And so the thing is, with a lot of people being targeted, I think it was an experimental phase because of the way that they've perked me about it. And there's a lot of victims out there that are suffering. I have a lot of Facebook friends that are targets, and so my news feed is full of complaints about what's happening to them, the tortures that they're going through. Some of them, it sounds, have it even worse than me. I mean, there's some people complaining that actual what they would probably call non-lethal weapons are being used on them. They feel like their organs are being burned, and a lot of other things. It's kind of hard to talk about because some things are really kind of gross. They're sexually harassing people with technology too. From my personal experience, they can induce things in you while you're sleeping. I mean, they've done it to me where they can actually induce an orgasm in a human being. And those are the kind of embarrassing things. They're kind of hard to talk about, but it's important to talk about it because the government is sexually harassing citizens, which is not right. And it's quite disturbing. Some targets have actually complained that they've been physically raped in real life. I haven't experienced that, but I can tell you that the other technology they're using to do these things, it is like being raped. I mean, if you're a very sensitive person and you don't really wrap your head around the fact that it's technology and these people they're sadistic, and if you don't really wrap around the fact that it's technology doing it and that's all it is, you know, and kind of just get it through your brain, it's just technology, don't take it serious, try to just avoid it or ignore what they did, just try to forget about it. Some people probably can't do that as easily as some others that are more scientifically minded. So it really is something, it's just horrible. It's horrible to think that we live in a world where a government is going around having people raped and tortured, not only in the technological world, but in real life. And that's not even the half of it. I mean, while they're doing, you know, those kind of experiments and stuff on you, they also have a harassment campaign that is deployed upon the targets. It's hard to believe that they have this much money and time and everything, but it really is true. It really is happening to everyday citizens. You don't have to be a huge political figure for them to spend millions of dollars to target you. I'm proof of that because I've been targeted for years and years and years. Some targets I know have been targeted for over 20 years. And we're talking about them being harassed, experimented on, and tortured every single day of their life for all those years. So we're talking a lot of work and manpower that's going on behind this. What is happening is a target is basically put on some kind of list so that when they go out, like if you go out of your house during the day, they will have certain people like placed in certain places in order to harass you covertly. The reason it's kind of covertly, the people don't just come up to you and start harassing you. Sometimes people will have a conversation with you that will have a harassing aspect to it, but a lot of times it's just them placing people in certain places just to try to make life hard on you. Like if you go to the grocery store, they'll have people deliberately come around the corner too fast with their cart or something, almost hit you. Or one time I even had them pretend that an assassin was after me. I was at Target, I think it was, of all places. I think I was shopping at Target. And this guy was obviously trying to make me believe that he was following me, and he was pretty scary. But I summed it up to government harassment, so I didn't take it that serious. But that can also be dangerous too, because what if it's not the government that time, and you assume it is, and then you really do get hurt, you know? If they're just playing with you all the time, it's really hard to decipher between what is the government harassment and then what could actually be a legitimate threat to you. Because sometimes with the government, especially if you're a person who's out and about talking about the targeting, you're on Facebook, people know you, people know what's happening to you, you're a little bit safe because it's hard for them, if they wanted to kill you, it's hard for them to do that without other people knowing what happened. You know, it's obvious at that point if someone, goes missing or something really horrible happens, there's going to be a lot of people who are going to see it. So it's kind of scary because it does get dangerous in that way because you don't know. I mean, you could be followed home by somebody who has nothing to do with the government and think it's the government and put yourself in danger. It's another bad aspect of this program. But anyway, so yeah, they'll place people out and about when you for a walk or you go to the store or whatever. At any time you're going to leave the house, you have to do it fast. Like I've been trying to teach my boyfriend how to do this because when you go out, you got to just go quick. If you're going to go to the store, get your stuff, get in, get out. Don't give them time to set you up. Don't give them time to harass you. It's basically what you have to learn when you're being targeted. Anyway, so that's one of the things they'll do. Another thing that they'll do is when you're in your home, they'll have people put together skits. So like people acting for the government to harass you. So you'll be sitting in your apartment or something and they'll have people set up outside to start a fight right outside your window outside. And so they'll be fighting and whatever, but there'll be keywords in their argument that it's for you because they're harassing you about the same things. A lot of times it's the same things over and over. And so they'll put those keywords in that argument or whatever. So you know that that's just a skit and they're doing it just to harass you. They'll also do a noise campaign where they want to sleep deprive you. So if you happen to be unlucky enough to live like on the bottom floor of an apartment building and have people living above you, or you stay in a hotel or motel with people that can occupy the space above you, they will literally wait until you're just about to fall asleep, and then drop something on the floor really loud. So it jerks you out of sleep, and it messes up your nervous system. Plus, it's disturbing your sleep because now you're wide awake and probably have adrenaline running through your body, and now you have to try to go back to sleep again. And they'll keep doing that. And I don't know how they monitor when you're just about to fall asleep. It's almost like they're monitoring the brain waves, heart rate, something. I'm not quite sure how they're doing that, but they know. They know when you're just about to fall asleep, because right at that moment, they'll have someone drop something or someone make a lot of noise. And that's just the sleep part. They also do noise campaigns during the day to keep you nervous. I had a perp one time actually tell me something to the effect that what they were trying to do is break the nervous system. So they're trying to break you down. That's why I'm starting to think about this trauma-based mind control. Like, they're really trying to traumatize the victims as much as they can so that they can break them down and then build up into people that they weren't in the first place. Nowadays, it seems like what they're trying to do is well, a lot of people know about the false flag shootings that are happening in America. They actually have happened all around the world, but the big talk right now is about the ones in America, because they're trying to tighten up on gun restrictions or gun registration and whatever. So I think that's what's happened to a lot of those victims. I think they've gone through this trauma-based mind control where they're sleep deprived, they're subjected to noise campaigns during the day, they're targeted with weapons while they're awake, while they're asleep, to break them down, to traumatize them, so that they can be pushed into doing what the government wants them to do, whether it's shooting up the Navy Yard or the movie theater or whatever, because that seems to be their plan, is to pass more gun control laws and regulations and everything. So they need patsies to do that, and seems to be the way they're doing it. But yeah, during the day, when I had a job, I mean, I'd go to work, and I think I was being targeted with some other weapon that was giving me huge migraine headaches, so bad that you just want to get in a dark room, crawl up in bed, and go to sleep, or sit in a bathtub. So a lot of times I'd puke. I mean, it was really, really bad. And so when they're targeting you with all of that, and you're sick, to survive, trying to hold on to your job, you're going to your work, people are repeating your thoughts, people are practicing skits around you to harass you, and then they have the noise campaign where they have people by you, like, you know, making noise, tapping on things, and slamming, you know, certain things, making everything louder than it should be. Like, you go to the restroom to use the restroom, and someone comes in, it slams the bathroom door in there just to jolt you, you know, try to, you know, mess with your nervous system even more. And it doesn't sound like it's that until you realize that a single day, nonstop, for years. This is what they do. They target people every single day, nonstop, for years. Also, while they're using mind control technology in their heads, including dreams into their minds while they sleep at night. So it's really, it is the most horrible experience for anybody to ever have to go through. And that's why I think we need to keep making this public, because the more people that know what's going on, the more people will have to support banning this MK Ultra, or whatever they call it nowadays. I don't know what the exact name is that they'd be calling it now. But we need enough people to support the banning of the use of these weapons on the civilians, because that's what we all are. We're civilian citizens. I'm not, you know, I don't have any way of fighting back. I have no weapon. I mean, it's war. They're basically causing a war upon the targets, and and they're hiding in a room, we have no way to fight back. Oh, and one other thing I did want to mention is on the subject of like who they're targeting and why people are being targeted. Um, I was homeless in Lodi for a while. I stayed at a homeless shelter, and these people started using the people around me to target me, but they also were targeting them. So I mean, I'm sitting, you know, at a shelter, staying the night there. We have to leave during the day. So we're basically we're homeless during the day. You can't stay there during the day. You have to leave during the day and then go back at night to sleep. But I started noticing there are people there being targeted also. And that's why it doesn't make any sense to me. Like at first, I would, you know, maybe they made a mistake with me. Maybe I did do something wrong that deserved targeting, and maybe these other targets, maybe there's something wrong with them. Maybe they did something. That's not it, because I've noticed people around me being targeted. My own boyfriend's being targeted now. What has Hans done? Hans has stood up against chemtrails. He was into the environmental stuff at first. He found out about the chemtrails. Now he does live streams about chemtrails. I watch him get targeted, so I know he's getting targeted. Why is he getting targeted? So I've just seen too many. I've seen too many people targeted for no reason at all. So I know, I know this is not a legal program. These people are now criminals, criminal elements of the government that are using this power in any way that they want. I have a feeling they don't have any oversight. They don't have really too many protocols they have to follow as far as what they can and cannot do. It's just horrible. It's a horrible situation. And I just hope we could find, I mean, the targets are trying to bring this out in the open so that we can end this nightmare. But we really need the public's help too, because we can't do it alone. I mean, we're being targeted by the government already. We can't, you know, we only have so much strength. So I was harassed by a helicopter one time when also I went to Target, store Target. It seemed like they had the helicopter there just for me, just to scare me and whatever. Also, one night here in Mexico City, we did have something really strange happen. Hans and I had stayed up really late one night, and we stepped outside to have a cigarette outside the door, and we're just standing out there. It's the middle of the night, so there's nothing going on. It's real quiet. And all of a sudden, a big flash of light lit up the whole wall outside. I immediately went upstairs, looked for anywhere this light could have come from. I mean, we already live on the second floor, and then you can look upstairs to where there's the roof. And the roof is flat, so you could go up there and see if anyone was up there. And the houses here are kind of separated. They're close together a little bit, but they're separated enough that if someone was up there, they'd have to like jump a wall to get over to the other house. I didn't find anybody. I found nobody up there. I found nothing that could have made that light. I mean, you literally have to be like above us to shine that light through there. So we don't know what it was. It could have been a drone, or it could have been something, you know, that they were using to try to scare us or something. But it was just a really bright light lit up the whole wall, but there's no source of it. I couldn't find any source. So it could have been something like that, but I can't say for sure. Yeah, I just wanted to say goodbye. I said pretty much everything I have to say for right now. Yeah, so I mean, if you're a member of the public and you're not a targeted individual, please research this topic, because there's a lot of people that are suffering, and it's only a matter of time before you realize that you're being targeted or your loved ones are being targeted. So it's a really good idea to get educated in this topic and get involved if you can, you know. Anyways, I hope all the targets are doing okay. I know it sucks for us. It's been such a difficult time. So all we can do is stick together and keep talking and get stronger and just see, you know, how many people we can wake up and maybe start knocking on some doors and get someone to listen. Anyway, thanks for listening, and I'll give you back to Hans. Bye.
Okay, thanks Jennifer. Thanks for your input here, and I also will close the live stream in some seconds or minutes. So okay, see you later. Thanks for watching, and hope to see you next week again. And for anything what I can or help, just talking, whatever, you can inbox me on my Facebook page. It's you can find me Hans Oehlers, or yeah, down on the YouTube video. I will upload that immediately. You can find all those links, and we can connect at least between us. And yeah, let's see you soon again. Have a great day, my friends, and see you, yeah, next week. Peace.